Speaking of sketches, it was a sketch. There was this guy that killed somebody in Oak Cliff a while back, and they released a sketch. How come it looked like Casey?
Oh
I
my
was like, I had
God.
to look at it. I was like, wait a minute.
That's our cousin.
I know he ain't out here, but it wasn't him, obviously. But that was just weird to me.
No, Casey too cool. Casey is too cool to kill. Let me tell you. Kill? No, I ain't got the time. He ain't got the time. Greetings, strangers. I'm Britt.
And I'm Dee.
Welcome to another episode of
It's a Strange World After All.
The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange.
That's what you get.
We're in June. It's June, which means it is officially LGBTQ plus Pride Month. Pride Month is celebrated each year in June to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan.
The Stonewall Uprising was a tipping point for the gay liberation movement in the United States. The first Pride March in New York City took place on June 28, 1970, on the first anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising.
The first U.S. Gay Pride Week and March gave the community the chance to get together and commemorate the Christopher Street uprisings, in which thousands of people from the LGBTQ plus community took to the streets to demonstrate against centuries of abuse from the government, employment and housing discrimination, law enforcement, mafia control of gay bars, and homosexual. And I don't know why. And anti-homosexual laws.
We would like to dedicate this month's episodes to Pride Month. Just like with Black History and Women's History Month, all our cases will feature individuals from the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes, and we have my friend Randy to thank for this suggestion.
Thank you, Randy.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Randy, aka Randy Miles, aka Randy Candy, aka Too Pretty for Prison.
What?
It's a long story.
I feel like he told you to say that.
No, he did not. He did not. This was just a collection of things.
Okay.
Throughout the. Yeah, and then y'all, I don't know his what's his Instagram name? I was about to say go flood his DMs and tell him to create a TikTok because he's hilarious.
He is. In today's episode, we discuss the Doodler, sometimes called the Black Doodler, an unidentified serial killer who targeted gay men in San Francisco, California in the 1970s.
I never heard of him. I thought when you said you wanted to do the Doodler, I was like, what?
So this is, well, you probably didn't hear about it because, well, it was the 70s, but a lot of people haven't heard about this because at the same time, there was the Zodiac killer.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, San Francisco police really didn't care because they were gay men. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people haven't heard about this one.
Okay. Well, you're hearing about it now if this is your first time.
Yes.
Okay. The Doodler. I can't say Doodler. It feels weird. Doodler. The Doodler is believed to be responsible for up to 16 murders and 3 assaults of men in San Francisco, California between January 1974 and September 1975. He was given the nickname because he would sketch strangers in bars, start conversations with them, leave with them, and stab them to death. Is he the Black Doodler because like dark?
Because he's black.
Oh, he black?
Oh, I don't know.
That's not
I
what I
don't
was
know.
gonna say. I was
I
gonna
thought you were
say,
gonna say because he was a black man. Allegedly was a black man.
oh, is that why they call him the Black Doodler?
I don't know.
You could be more inventive than that. Like
Yeah. Wait, what were you gonna say?
I thought maybe it
Because of
was
what?
because doodles are usually like up. I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say, like dark, like they were associating it with something dark. I don't know.
Oh, I don't
Or
know.
he did his sketches. His sketches were black. I don't know.
The sketches have never been released,
Oh,
so
so
we don't know what they look like.
the stuff online is just like
The sketch you
fake.
what you probably saw was the sketch of him.
Oh, he was black. He looked black.
Yeah.
Okay. He did look black. The doodles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know cuz I thought I may have seen some of them, but they said they never released them, so I don't know.
Oh,
I saw the sketch of him cuz it was two. It was him at the time and then what he would look like recently.
I gotta actually start opening stuff because I thought those were two different people. And I was like, oh, here's some of his doodles.
No.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, you're welcome. The doodler was described as a black man between 19 and 25 years of age. He was about 6 feet tall and slender. All his victims were gay white men. 49-year-old Gerald Kavanaugh is believed to be the doodler's first victim. Gerald's body was found on January 24th, 1974, lying face up on Ocean Beach in San Francisco. He was conscious at the time of the killing and tried to fight back because he had defensive wounds. So that's their theory that he fought him back.
Okay. Because they saw.
Were you not listening to me? It looked like you just snapped out of something.
No, I was no, I was listening to you and I was reading along too.
Oh.
I was into it. I was like,
Oh,
my
okay.
mouth was open and
Okay.
everything. I was like, this. Uh-huh. Okay, defensive one.
Okay. Yeah. So they think he may have tried to fight back.
Right. Caused by defensive wounds caused by a knife.
Yeah.
Okay. German American immigrant Klaus Christmann was discovered by a woman walking her dog on July 7th, 1974. His body was also found at Ocean Beach. His death was more violent than the other murders because he had more stab wounds and his throat had been slashed several times. Unlike the other victims, Klaus was married and had children. Klaus had a makeup tube.
Yeah. I'm guessing, is that lipstick? Because I don't know.
Yeah, a makeup tube, I guess.
Okay.
Makeup. Okay, so Klaus had a makeup tube on him when he died, which led police to believe he may have been a closeted gay man. Okay, that's what if he planted that though?
Who, the doodler?
Yeah,
Huh.
this is just a thought.
Maybe.
Maybe. And then the slash in the throat several times is whoa.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yes, it is. And then, I mean, that could have been his wife's makeup tube or
Oh,
lipstick or whatever it is. But
that's true.
the only thing is that all of his victims he met at gay bars
I
though.
I was
So
just thinking
yeah.
that. I was just thinking that too.
So yeah, I wouldn't go by the lipstick, but the fact that he was at the bar, so maybe.
Right.
On May 12th, 1975, the body of 32-year-old Frederick Elmer Capin was found. Just like the other victims, he had been stabbed. Frederick had served in the United States Navy and had earned medals while serving in the Vietnam War.
On June 25th, 1975, a woman was walking along Spreckles Lake when she came upon the body of Joseph Stevens. He was 27 at the time of his death and had been seen at a club the previous day. Joseph worked as a female impersonator, or we assume drag queen and comedian.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? So we are to assume that that is also like a gay club that he worked in.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, cuz that's the theme. That's where he's meeting all of them. So,
That's just sad. That's sad because these are supposed to be like safe spaces for them,
yeah, yeah. I was going to say that too.
and this is happening.
66-year-old Swedish American immigrant Harold Gullberg was discovered on June 4th, 1975, in a decomposed state about 2 weeks after his death in Lincoln Park. His murder was slightly inconsistent with the others because he was much older. How old was I just said how old he was, 66. And the other ones were like in their 30s, I believe.
Late
Yeah.
20s, yeah, 30s.
Okay. Harold was believed to be the final victim of the Doodler. Police released a sketch of a suspect a few months later.
This is a suspect that we believe is a Negro. Now, the Black Sketch.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, what was I gonna say? How? Who? Why? Never mind. Maybe I shouldn't ask this question. Maybe it's too in depth.
What?
Like, how did they come up with a sketch? Was it just like witness testimony, like people that are in from
Oh,
each?
I think I
You put it in here.
did I not explain it? Cuz it came from cuz there were 3 survivors.
Assaults. Yeah.
Yeah, assaults, yeah. And they survived, so I think they got it from them.
Okay. I forgot about them. So
Yeah.
okay. In January 2022, San Francisco police identified a sixth victim. That just happened. I just
Yep.
realized that. Warren Andrews was a 52-year-old lawyer for the U.S. Postal Service. He was murdered in Land's End in April 1975. How did they make that? How did they make that connection? It was just, do we know?
That's one of those where they really didn't go into detail.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I think I read how many articles did I read? About 3 or 4 articles, and they all just said the same thing.
Okay. So maybe it was like
Yeah,
a cold case and then it fit this MO, maybe? Mm.
that's what I'm thinking. Because you remember they said they think he has at least 16 victims.
Yeah.
So yeah, so maybe it did, and they just I don't know, maybe DNA. Wait, DNA wouldn't. They would need his DNA, the killer's DNA, for that. But I don't know. I don't know how they connected it.
Oh, okay.
In January 1976, the San Francisco Chronicle ran a story about the Doodler. 2 days later, a suspect was arrested. This is what irritates me. Okay. So the suspect was carrying a knife and a book of sketches when he was arrested. However, authorities couldn't proceed with criminal charges because the 3 surviving victims didn't want to out themselves by testifying in court. So I get that because it was back in the 70s, but so I'm not putting the blame on them.
Right.
This man, they arrested him. He had a knife and a book of sketches. You don't even need their testimonies. That's what I don't understand.
You do. I mean, I don't know. This is difficult because you e- anybody could be walking around with a sketchbook and a knife. I mean, you know what
But
I mean?
no, he had sketches of men.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just don't think that a jury would be able to convict him without reasonable doubt. But I do agree though that it should have been maybe something to protect the identities of the victims, but then
Oh, yeah.
because yeah, I like maybe just take a testimony, but then I feel like the defense would probably like that's not a credible witness because they're not even here. I don't know. I
Yeah. I'm just saying go through the sketches, and if they look like the victims, who else is just walking around sketching people? That's how he got his name. He's a doodler. He's doodling, and they found him with doodles in his hand
I agree. It
and a knife.
yeah,
And that was how he killed him, was with he stabbed him.
pretty suspicious.
That's just, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That part just frustrated me.
It is frustrating. I just know in the court of law, because you do have to go to trial, they'd have to make sure that they have enough to convict him. And I don't think they felt like, well, yeah, obviously they felt like that
That was
wasn't enough,
enough.
that it wasn't enough,
Yeah.
which is, and it's sad because it's like, okay, it's sad that, what am I trying to say? I was about to say not that long ago because this wasn't, I mean, it's the 70s that you still,
Yeah.
even today you still have people that are closeted, so to speak, but it's like
It wasn't as acceptable back then. That's why I was like, I understand why they didn't come out,
yeah,
but I just feel like that should have been enough.
yeah,
He had sketches.
that's true. That's what I was trying to say, that they felt so strongly about the fear of, because I'm sure it was fear, not anything else but fear of
Yeah.
coming out, that they would not testify in court. And it's like all of these people lost their lives, and they could have lost their life, but it was just like that. Like it was just so tough for them in the 70s. Like,
Yeah. And then too, like, honestly, the police, I just feel like they didn't care. So you had that. Cause I mean, they've put people away with less.
yeah,
So I just feel like the police really didn't
they
care.
probably didn't. They probably didn't. That's how I felt with the San Antonio. What is it? 5? The Salem
For
4, yeah, the Salem. I was thinking of Central
yeah.
Park. I merged Central Park 5 and
Yeah.
they don't care. They don't
I
care.
mean, that too. That too.
They don't
Yeah.
care. Among the survivors were a well-known entertainer, a European diplomat, and the third man who left the city and didn't respond to police calls. I wonder who the entertainer was.
Yeah, all they said was that it was a well-known actor.
Oh, actor. Okay, I was trying to think.
So, yeah, that's all they said.
During his police interview, the suspect cooperated, but he never admitted to committing the murders or attacks. How was he? Oh, never mind. He was just answering questions. I was like, "How you cooperate?" But he was
Yeah.
just, "You're not cooperating if you're not confessing. To cooperate is to confess."
Basically. In 1977, the San Francisco Sentinel reported that a local psychiatrist told the police that one of his patients had confessed to being the doodler. However, nothing was done with this information and no arrests were made. I think that's because of, what do you call it? Client, patient, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to
Because
say
he wasn't even
privacy
supposed.
laws,
Same thing, same
confidentiality.
thing. Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to go to the police, but I feel like I would have.
You're not supposed to though, because
You're
you.
not supposed to, but
I honestly think that you can lose like your
you can.
okay.
Yeah.
I
But wouldn't you feel guilty? Like, say you were a psychiatrist and somebody confessed to being a serial killer. Wouldn't you feel guilty not saying anything?
that's true. I maybe give an anonymous tip. But then they
Yeah.
can't do it. I don't think they can do anything with it. Oh, well, I guess you would just tip them off to kind of keep an eye out for them, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. The psychiatrist allegedly said that his patient was struggling with his sexuality and was killing in response to his own conflicted feelings. The doctor's identity was never preserved, and it took police 4 decades to follow up on this information.
Jeez Louise.
That's why that's why nothing was done, because they waited so long. They didn't even know who the psychiatrist was.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
crazy.
probably how they ended up finding that other victim, because they were like 40 years later. Oh, look, this kind of fits.
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
That's sad. That is sad.
It is sad. Ugh. I
4 decades?
Yeah. And then,
Mm.
and my thing, I just never mind, because I don't want to be insensitive to my
What?
man's. The whole struggling with your sexuality and just killing in response to that. Like, just figure out.
Oh,
I don't know, because I've never struggled with that. The only thing that I have is just being a black woman in America, and that's not something that I can. That's not something that I can hide. To see me, you see me, like, you know what I mean. So I don't know
yeah.
what it's like
Yeah.
to live like two separate lives. Because I'm like, if you feel like you can't live your authentic self, go to the gay bars, have fun at the gay bars. And then in the morning, be like Clark Kent. Is what I like.
Yeah, I
Try
get what
it.
you're saying.
Don't kill
But
people.
like there are plenty, even today there are plenty of people struggling with their sexuality, but they're not out killing people.
Right.
So why is that your response?
I don't know. But then too, it's traumatic. Like, discrimination is traumatic. Racism is traumatic. So I don't know if it was just like a mental illness thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just he snapped type thing, and then this started happening.
I feel like snapped, it would have just happened. Oh, you finished. So I was
Yeah.
gonna say if he snapped, it would have just been once, but
No, like,
yeah.
uh I don't know. I hate it. I hate it that this happened. I really do.
Yeah. And the fact that they still don't know
Who
who
it
he is.
is.
I feel like if they had everything they needed, if they would have really made an effort, they probably could have got him.
Maybe, or maybe they could have even convinced those people. There has to be a way to protect, cuz there has to be a better way to protect the identity of someone that gives a witness testimony, because I know too, in some cases, like where rape victims don't want to like be put on the stand, like if it's like a high profile case, and it's like, well,
Mhm.
I don't want people to know who I am or what have you. Like, there has to be a better way to protect them, to where they could still put that
It
person in prison, like to where it's a credible testimony.
Yeah, but how do they testify without coming out?
So that's what I'm
Cuz
saying.
that was their main issue. They didn't want to get outed.
The p- so
It
the
wasn't that they were scared of him, they just didn't want to be
No,
outed.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. Protect their identity from the public. Like, so the public is like, who are these? The police already know, because the police already know who assaulted them. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's another thing. That's an issue because I've always felt like there shouldn't be cameras in the courtroom.
yeah.
So even if it wasn't because of that, they probably could have testified.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no cameras. Don't let people, outside people, come in.
Yeah.
Have maybe just the jury. Have the jury sign like a non-disclosure agreement. Like, make it to where these
Mhm.
people are protected. And if something does come out, then like the jurors get sued. Like, there has to be a better way,
Yeah.
I would think.
I agree.
Authorities said that they strongly believe this man is responsible for the crimes, and he is still the focus of their investigation. The same man that they had brought in?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to a lack of evidence, they have not released his name. They believe he is in his 70s and living in the East Bay area, California. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I've just never heard anybody say East Bay. I thought it was like the Bay Area, or is that not the Bay Area? Is
I mean, I'm
East
guessing.
Bay the Bay Area? I don't know. I live in Texas. Uh, we don't. There's nothing
Same.
past the Texas state line. It's just Texas. It's Texas and America. That's what I believe. That's really what I believe, that Texas Republicans for
Lord.
sure probably is just like, it's just Texas and then America.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
That's a whole nother
Child.
conversation.
As of May 2018, this is still an open and ongoing investigation. In February 2019, police offered a $100,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the killer. They also released a revised sketch showing what the doodler could look like 4 decades later. I'm wondering, for those three that he assaulted, is anyone still living? And if any of them would be willing to come forward now? I mean, it's 2022.
Oh, that's true. I wonder, cause like if he's alive and in his 70s, they're probably the same age.
Yeah.
So probably a little younger, but I don't think I
You think?
I don't think they mentioned if any of because nobody knew who they were, so
Yeah, that's true. I just,
they wouldn't know if they were alive or not.
I
So
just, I don't know. If you're listening, if you're out there, not that you'd be listening to this. I just wonder, and then I'm just like, would they even feel comfortable now? Like, would it be some sort of like a shame, like, you know what I mean, like them feeling shamed about the fact that they didn't come out the first time to put him away?
I don't think so because I think a lot of people understand
Yeah.
like what they were going through back then. Because even what was the senator Harvey Milk?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he even said he was like he doesn't blame them for not coming forward.
yeah,
So I think people get it because it was a different time. Even though it wasn't that long ago, it was still a different time.
yeah,
It's not like how it is now. So I feel like they could, if they are still alive, they could come out and say it, and without any shame.
yeah. Because even though he's in his 70s, still, it's a principle of the matter. Like, what
Yeah,
he did was wrong.
yeah, and he got to live out the rest of his life, still living his life.
Yeah. Hopefully he feels bad. Hopefully he feels like shit. What?
I'm sorry. I thought you were about to say something else.
Oh, like what? I ain't
Like
think.
hopefully he fell or something.
Oh, he could fall too, break his kneecaps,
That
his
too.
neck.
I was just thinking of Life Alert. I thought you were gonna say hopefully he
No,
fell.
because I don't be discriminating against old people. That's not my zhuzh. It's not my zhuzh.
Hey, hey. This is warranted because he's a killer.
No, I know he. Yeah,
And I
definitely.
don't we're not gonna do that this season. I
We
don't really hate
already
old people like
did
that. It's just one
it.
for now on my list.
You know who you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Man.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say still feel the same. I feel like if they would have made a better effort, they could have got him because like this is a really specific MO.
Yeah.
And for him to have been caught with a knife and sketches of men, what else like that? What do you need? What else do you need?
That's true.
They I feel like they shouldn't have had to testify. I feel like that was all the proof they needed cuz who else was doing that?
I don't
Nobody.
know, but they could have easily argued though that it was like a copycat or just somebody, like a hate crime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the defense would have like destroyed just that if they went to court with just that. I don't think it was enough.
Yeah. I do though.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you from watching a
No,
bunch
I
of
know
stuff.
what you're
Oh,
saying.
they would have been.
Yeah, I know that, but
And
come
then
on.
in the 70s, if law enforcement didn't care, that jury, depending on who they put, because both sides to get the pick, they probably would have picked some homophobic people, and they probably would not have cared. They probably would have been like,
That's true.
I don't, I.
But do you think cuz I mean this was back in the day, Well, they had to choose. Are you going to be homophobic or are you going to be racist? If they would have known he was black, you know what I
No,
mean?
I was thinking that the jury is just like, ah.
Not, I'm not even
Well,
trying to be funny,
no, I
but
know.
it's like it's sad, but that's the
It
truth.
is sad, but yeah.
Like they gotta pick your poison. You want to be homophobic or are you going to be racist?
I don't know.
Because I wonder if anybody knew that he back then. If anybody knew that he was black, because like the sketch, you said he looked black, but
I think, let me see.
because they did release a sketch, so they probably did know he was black.
The dude, and then where the black come from? The Black Doodler. Why is he the Black Doodler?
Racism, because he was black, so they called him a Black Doodler. But I think, because what else? I don't know why they called him that. Not the Black Doodler. Because I didn't even know they called him that until I started researching. I've only ever heard the Doodler.
Yeah, he looked black.
Oh, yeah, he do look black. Okay. So, yeah, they knew. The recent sketch looked like,
Look like who?
it just looked like the average old black man.
Cause he is a average
Because,
old
like,
black.
you see him everywhere.
That's the.
Somebody at my job look like
I was
that.
about to say that's what's so I think fascinating about like true crime and things like this is because it typically is the average person. Like it's somebody that you would not
Yeah.
expect, and it's like you killed how many people?
Yeah, I hope they find him, though, before he dies.
Yeah,
So he can at least spend some time in prison.
sometime in prison or even shoot just for the
Or
family.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully he's had a miserable life.
I thought that too.
And maybe he did fall.
Yeah.
So
Or maybe he'll get sick. Maybe he'll get. This is gonna sound bad, but I don't know. He killed people. He killed 16 people. I don't care. Maybe he'll get dementia, and then like snitch on himself. Like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but will law
But
enforcement
just
even
like
care?
I was gonna say, just like in
You can do it.
the one we did about James, what's his name? James Joseph Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
She confessed. She had dementia and she confessed, but they didn't even believe her. They were like, oh, she has dementia. She's not in her right mind.
Yeah,
So
that's why I said that.
that probably wouldn't even. But then they probably wouldn't take it serious. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the sketch is his face. It's literally spot on, and they're like, "No, we don't think he's sick.
Yeah.
He's."
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I don't really have. It's a sad situation.
It really is. And two, on top of them not really caring, they were dealing with the Zodiac. And it was another serial killer at the time, too. Oh,
In
what was his what
California,
yeah.
I feel like they
Was it
had
the
about.
Golden Gate?
I was about to say they had about
That's
three
the
or four
funeral
at the
home.
same time. Golden
Golden
State.
State. I said Golden.
Ah! I'm like, what they was doing at Golden Gate? Yes, the
Oh
Golden
man,
State.
that's funny.
When was the
Yeah.
Night Stalker?
That was California, wasn't it?
That's why I'm like, I feel like California talk about the state of the what they call them weirdos or whatever. They had like about 4 or 5 going at one time in between
They
like some
sure did.
decades.
They sure did. Cause even what was the one we did? What did they call him? The Grim Sleeper. Wasn't that in
Yes,
California?
I believe so.
Man.
I believe so. So
Man. Yeah, they had a lot going on back then.
that is all, folks.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast, Twitter at Pod Strange World, and on Facebook and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. Also, we don't even do these no more. Also,
Oh,
turn on those notifications for our Instagram posts so that you can keep up with our hashtag Myth Mondays and hashtag Strange Saturdays posts. I want to get back to them, but I just been focusing on these cases.
you should be following us anyway. Just follow us and press the bell. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
Yeah, do that. You never know what we post.
Yeah, it'll get better slowly. We're doing this for free.
Yeah, and then like I said, I've been trying to focus on these cases, like doing my research, and then I have been stressing out about moving and yeah. So, but I got it figured out now. So
the listeners would care more about our mental health than a post or even an episode.
yeah,
I think. Somebody's like, I don't give a fuck. You said Thursday, Saturday, Monday. I need my stuff. Whoa.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah. We would love to hear from you. If there's anything in the world of strange or any true crime cases that you would like us to cover, let us know. Have you ever heard a strange bump in the night? Have you ever seen shadow figures moving about? Have you ever stumbled upon something unexplainable? We want to know about it, and with your permission, share it with our listeners. You can email those submissions to itsastrangeworldafterall.com at Gmail. It's at Gmail. It's a strange world after all at gmail.com. Or DM us on any other social media platforms D mentioned. Even if you just want to say, hey there, we will be here. Come rain or shine. We'll be here.
Sometimes.
We be here.
Cause I was like, ugh. Cause today the sun just came back out because it's been storming.
Oh man,
So,
I missed.
Yeah. So, not rain. I'm not gonna do this through the rain, but yes, yeah, we will. We will. Thank you for tuning into another episode of
It's a Strange World After All. Thank you, as always, for keeping it strange with us.
Thank you.
Bye.